And at this time, I'd like to introduce our senior class representative, Moriah Conant.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt wrote that the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith. The speech was to be given on Jefferson Day at an event held in memory of one of our first presidents. Unfortunately, Roosevelt's death, a day after writing the speech, left the words unspoken. When I think ahead to the coming days, sometimes I'm afraid that I'll make a decision about my future that I'll regret later. We, the class of 2013, have the ability to make wise decisions, even with the chance of failing. I joined Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School my sophomore year, the 2010-2011 school year. One of the main things that drew me to PALCS was the language immersion trips. I went on the Panama language immersion trip my first year at PALCS and enjoyed it so much that I went a second time and made the trip my senior project. How many people get to complete their senior project in another country? It was one of those specific to PALCS experiences, just like University Scholars Program, the Center for Performing Arts, Chats in Adobe, and Moodle. Student Leadership, National Honor Society, and Student Government in a Chat Room, and the international trips are other examples. It was really cool to complete my senior project by picking up trash in a beach in Panama and helping second and third graders with their schoolwork. A good lesson in patience is trying to speak to someone in another language. I definitely didn't know enough Spanish to be explaining the heart to a bunch of students. Instead of limiting myself to saying no comprendo, I don't understand, I tried to learn new vocabulary from our Spanish class to be able to help out in class more. PALCS pushed me to make those decisions that lead to unknown territory. Panama was my chance to conquer fears, that decision that comes to everyone. For me, it meant traveling outside of the country without a parent and overcoming the language barrier. For my fellow classmates, it may have been meeting PALCS friends in person, performing on stage, or taking a difficult class. The 2012-2013 school year brought a few courses that were out of my comfort zone. I'm the kind of person who knows a ton of random historical facts and has read hundreds of books. I generally do the math and science classes that I have to do to get by. I definitely would never have picked pre-calculus and college prep physics as classes. Since I was recommended for them and stubbornly stuck to my recommended courses, I decided to go for it. They were tough, and I thought at some points that I might not make it through the year, but I got through it. Most teachers are willing to help us go over a tough concept that we don't understand or a problem that we just can't figure out. We just need to ask. Working through those classes that were tough to me was strengthening, and I definitely couldn't do it on my own. We all have probably taken classes at PALCS that push us out of our comfort zones. It feels awesome when you complete that class, right? Even if we may not have looked forward to it, and the assignments were the last ones that we did each day, we finished. It feels great to have that fulfillment of completing something tough. We, the PALCS class of 2013, made it through high school while learning about being a good leader. Whether you were involved in student government, National Honor Society, student leadership, a retreat or trip, or even just doing your assignments, you were being trained to be a leader. It takes a lot of motivation to get all the assignments done and get the grades you want. Helping at an event or in an extracurricular activity teaches you how to work with others and be in a leadership position. One of the main things on being a leader is just letting go of fears and taking the leap of faith. Focusing on doubts and fears just holds you back. We just need to move forward and trust that we can do the things that we want or need to do, even though we could fail. Believe in yourself, and when you mess up, don't stress about it. Every mistake will teach you something.